wanted to answer the question of why an individual work of art matters. Why someone who isn't a specialist in the discipline ought to find something engaging. How does it relate to its moment? How does it speak to the career output of the artist in question, distinct from, again, it simply being an object in a vacuum? I think one of the real challenges in contending with art from the past, especially from cultures that seem quite remote from our own, is the challenge of bringing the original work of art back to life. And instead of simply talking or telling people verbally about the extent to which European artists re-engaged with the ancient world to consider how to represent the human form, we're actually showing it. So we're juxtaposing a great anonymous painting of Saint Sebastian with a 2nd century Roman torso to make very direct that sense of causality, that there was indeed a formal relationship between these objects.
James's approach is one which is going to make the museum not just kind of more accessible, more marketable, but will do what museums across the country, across the world are being forced to do now, which is make art relevant to the present day in a way that's more than kind of superficial. These kind of comparisons he's drawn are just one way to do that.
My view is that every art museum is by definition, or should be, a teaching museum. Through looking at a broad array of, let's call them cultural artifacts, we can get a better understanding about the impulses of a culture at any given point in the past. And we're encouraging students and other visitors to make these direct connections, to see linkages and to reawaken a sense of how would this have been viewed in the time that it was created, and what were the factors in society that gave rise. Why do paintings or any other works of art look the way they look?
This is a portrait of Jean Cocteau by Modigliani, and it shows the translation into his painting of the aesthetics of African sculpture. These are actually instruments used in weaving in association with the Modigliani, because this is exactly the sort of African art that he was looking at and was interested in. And when you look at the treatment of the face, all of those stylizations of the features really resonate with the African objects that he was interested in.
All of this combines, we hope, to create a more accessible approach to very rich content, no matter what one's background is.